Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Kirby Triple Deluxe. Last time, we went deep into the forest and collected bugs in our mouth. And we are now Beetle Kirby, which, that sounds like the perfect power-up to take into Stage 5, the boss fight, as Bug is super effective on grass. Let's go. This portrait looks awfully familiar. Kirby's beat it around this bush more than once. We got another health recovery that, okay, fine. I'll just have a nice swig of that. Now, while it is true that Beetle is super effective on grass, so's fire. Yeah, we're gonna go for that. I showed how fire can be really good in boss fights before, but I really want to bring it home with this one, because this one is fantastic for fire. This is Flowery Woods. Be sure to pause on in boss fights. Once a small blooming flower native to the floating kingdom of Floralia, Flowery Woods has become hostile and overgrown due to the magic of Dedede's mysterious kidnapper, Taranza. Watch out for this tree's razor-sharp blossoms. Be sure to pause in boss fights. They tell you lore and actually expand upon the story. And that's something that I like about Kirby, is that the story is actually, it can be pretty complex at times, but it's usually told through the background details or the subtext. By lighting yourself on fire, something that I don't recommend doing to get rid of your enemies and school kitties, you can do a lot of damage to Flowery Woods very quickly. He tries attacking you with pollen balls and whatnot, and yeah, he's not very effective at it if you do that. It's really cool how good the speed kills are. He also now is going to attack from the background, uprooting himself. These roots are telegraphed to you, and they are also a weak point for him. You can attack these. He's a very traditional Kirby boss fight. Almost every first major boss fight in any Kirby game is Wispy Woods, and when it's not, it's something like this. Pretty straightforward, just hitting a stationary target and just dodging its attacks. He does spit out flowers at you, and you can eat those for Cutter if you need to get a copy ability mid-fight, so he's nice and forgiving. Speaking of which, you know what? Let's demonstrate it. He's already pretty much almost dead. Well, I tried. Kirby's an easy game, guys. All right, well, I still speed killed him pretty well. I could have done it a little faster, but I ain't no speedrunner. I'm pretty happy with that. That really goes to show how good fire is in boss fights for racking up continuous damage, and just for good doing speed kills in general. Moving fast through a level, it's a speedrunner's favorite ability. And for taking down Flowery, we get a Grand Sunstone. Personally, I would have gone with my assumed name of Sunflower Stone, but hey. The Dreamstalk has grown. You can now proceed to the second floating island. Cool, I ain't gonna do that. You know what I was? I was an extreme collector, and I'm trying to run from my fears. No, I was an extreme collector, and extreme collectors do not do all their extreme collecting just to look at another floating island. No, we go to those floating islands and collect them too. We're going into Stage 6, EX. I actually did an EX motion with my arms right there. Lucky for you, there weren't motion controls. Otherwise, you'd be motion sick and or cringing by this point, I think is what the kids call it. So we're gonna go into this cannon, and I'm gonna go left first. No one ever goes left, I do. I get the feeling that people always go right, and they always make the required path on the right because people subconsciously think of it because so many people are right-handed as opposed to left-handed. Well, lefties, don't worry. I am not one of you. I'm still right-handed, but I acknowledge that you exist. That's more than any product designer ever gives you. So you're having your day. At least as good of a day as you're ever gonna get. Wow, this has turned into really depressing really fast. I have nothing against left-handed people, okay? I'm not... Well, I don't know if I should say that. Oh, I guess you could say now I'm above what I was going to say. Wing Kirby. This tricky ability features a variety of high-flying moves, soar through the air with shuttle loop, and attack your opponents from above. We have lots and lots of different attacks. We have a feather gun that we can directionally influence. We have all sorts of high-flying maneuvers. This is just gonna take a while to get through like so many other abilities are. This one is classified by the best air mobility in the game. The wings themselves even do damage to anything that they touch, meaning that you can fly around without having to worry. Here we have a new enemy. This is Woodcutter Waddle Dee. Yeah, they just kind of cut their wood in the background. The trees can hit you. They slam through any kind of obstacle. We have dash attacks that are really powerful. Here, I'll do my dive bomb right there. And you can guard a tree. You can guard a tree. It's that good. I'm so sorry, bear. The tree got revenge on you for all the times that you climbed it and stole the honey from the bees that lived in it. You know, those bees, the trees need the bees to live, you know. They take it very personally. Waddle Dee is really a great character. Not only is he so cute, and I've acknowledged this before, but a lot of the information that I'm getting about the game's development comes from Miiverse. That's because the developers wrote 169 Miiverse posts detailing their creative process of making this game. I counted because I read them all. There's a link in the description where you can still read them. If you wanted to get into game development, I would actually say that this is a really good starting point because they go into why they do what they do, why a lot of decisions were made, into their creative process and where creativity fits in video games. They kind of go into how it takes everyone coming together, how these are massive collaborative efforts and not just the work of one director and all that. It's fascinating stuff, and they went into how Waddle Dee is used to kind of tell a story. They were coming up with obstacles for Kirby to have to deal with in 3 dimensions. They had trees falling on him from the background and stuff, and they found that it was making the world feel very hostile. So they put in Waddle Dee, having them just doing jobs in the background, causing trouble by just doing what they were doing, and it resulted in the game not having nearly as hostile of a feeling after that. They used him to set tone, and I like that, how it just makes the world feel very whimsical where it would have otherwise felt very hostile. Here I'm doing my feather gun. I can influence it all sorts of places. You have lots of attacks in wing form, and lots of mobility options too. Like, a lot of the attacks do move you through the air. Not that one, but you've seen me do it. And that's fantastic. See, there's Waddle Dees just running on treadmills, and that's causing trouble for Kirby in the foreground. They don't mean you any harm. They're just getting toned buns and thighs, living their lives, causing all sorts of trouble in the process. Don't worry, though. I can guard against a tree. Stick your hand on your forehead if a tree's ever gonna fall on you. I'm just giving you all of the hot tips for dealing with problems in your life. Lighting yourself on fire to deal with bullies, sticking your hand on your forehead to deal with trees. That there was straight out of an internet forum in 2001, a flamer. They just move along solid objects. They're honestly, pretty simple enemies. If inhaled, they do give the fire ability, but we've seen plenty of that. And you know, I'm just gonna go with the flow with these abilities. I've been fretting so much over, oh, I'm not showing this ability, or oh, I haven't picked up this one yet, or oh, I know I said I'd use that one. I'm not gonna worry about it. It's not like I'm gonna get to the end and not show a copy ability, except maybe Needle, and besides, in Needle's case, I'm sure I'll make some bonus video where I talk about it. It's not like I think any ability's bad. They all have their own times, and I'll get to them when I get to them. We'll see every ability at one time. I don't think anyone's as worried about it as I am. Let's just go with it and have a good time. Let me see what moves I have again. I was having fun flying around trying to practice how I wanted to move about in this, then I ended up doing that. Well, let's hop on the 3D Warp Star and Street Pass. Go ahead and drink my energy drink. Not like I need it because I have plenty of energy flowing through my veins whenever I am street passing. You know, because you're walking and your legs moving pumps blood all throughout your body. There's a scientific explanation to why I get such a high off of Street Pass, and it's not because I'm a nerd. This here is Blocky Dicks. That's what it says. You can do all sorts of continuous combos by doing this and just shuttle looping in the air over and over again. It's really fun. It's kind of hard to get the timing just right. I want to talk about Star Bullet right there. Whenever enemies impact a side of an arena, they usually will make some stars for you to inhale and use Kirby's Star Bullet move, or they'll just do rocks like this. I think you can even inhale those to do rocks. I did not mean to use my thing right there. I did not mean to use my inner drink. I wasn't really in trouble. I like dropping my ability so that I can get flattened. Come back. Thank you. Okay. I like dropping my ability so that I can get usage out of that. Blocky is very defensive. He goes into the background. He's invincible during that. When he changed color and hardened right there, you couldn't hurt him for that. And Wing is just good for speed kills as well. It's not quite as good as Flame, or Fire, but I like it. And because we killed a super boss, or a mid-boss, slight difference. Generally speaking, whenever a mid-boss can give you a copy ability, you want to take that. It's going to be useful for something. This is Stone Kirby! Isn't he majestic? Stone Kirby? I don't really need to go into too much detail with this. You get what it does on a basic level right there. And besides, the next place that we're going is really, really good for stone, and that's why I wanted to show it. Speaking of stones, you'd be hard-pressed to miss that one. We'll go through past the rainbow. Almost! Can I reach Cloud 1? I never thought I'd be so happy to not be on Cloud 9. I know there's only 7 clouds. Don't worry, I'd find a way. 15 stars and some health recoveries. That would have been good if I didn't use mine up. Grumble, grumble. Cret. From Kirby Squeak Squad. A magical paintbrush that looks like a sock on fire. A melon. Kirby loves the melons, after all. Mumbies from Kirby's Dream Land 3. Haven't seen one of those yet on this adventure. And a Blipper, another staple Kirby enemy. Why not? I think we could stand to go off into the next world and see some new frontiers. Frontier is such a cool word. Lollipop Land, which... Lollipop Land. I've been calling these worlds, but they're actually levels. I kind of don't like the Kirby tradition of calling worlds levels and calling the levels stages. It goes against every fiber of my being. I know it, all right? Huh, maybe that was subconsciously why I didn't like Kirby for a long time. That would bother me. Wacky music, you know what that means. It's gonna be a hard time for me. We got Parasol Waddle Dees here that fly down, and when they land, teach you to have such a weak ability on you that just makes you float down. Look at that, Don't like Scarfies either. Scarfies are definitely my least favorite Kirby enemy. I really don't like them. They look really cute on the surface, but you'll see why I don't like them in due time. So the stone ability is powerful, but very limited in its capabilities. As you can see, it's just an uppercut. You know that's not true because I already spoiled it. Kirby rocks with the stone ability. Slide down slopes and squash your enemies in seconds flat. With so many possible transformations, who knows what it'll turn into next. So I was lying about the uppercut, but I wasn't lying about this being very limited in its capabilities. It looks like a lot of abilities, but everything goes back to either the uppercut or turning into a rock. Like, it's counting sliding down a slope as a rock as a separate ability. The rock is great as it gives you a lot of invincibility against most attacks. This here is Naughty, who is very naughty indeed. You don't want to inhale him. He turns you into Sleep Kirby, which is actively a bad thing. You just fall asleep in the middle of the place. I didn't really want to give up stone to show it, but it's just kind of considered a bad ability so you don't inhale enemies willy-nilly. Scarfies... Oh, I guess that one died before I had a chance to show it. I can't even get hurt, right? If I use down B, I spin around in the air and then I have shockwaves as I go down. That's a mighty slam. And then Waddle Dee, hey, looking out for me. You knew I was gonna use that ability accidentally. You can charge the uppercut by holding up in B, doing a lot, knocking him right out of the sky. Before we take this new ability, you turn into all sorts of things. Meta Knight, Waddle Dee, and Dedede, the other 3 players from Return to Dreamland. Meta Knight, Waddle Dee, and Dedede, the other 3 players from Return to Dreamland. A block, a brick block from Mario, Stone Kirby's default form, a block, a brick block from Mario, the man of my dreams, Stone Kirby's default form, Stone Kirby in another sense, a brick block from Mario, a brick block from Mario, a brick block from Mario! It's so much variety. There's all sorts of things that Kirby can transform into, and that's practically a rule for making a good Kirby game. Come on. Here, we're gonna abandon that for Whip Kirby. We're gonna wrestle up some varmints. This is the speedy, low damage, high combo potential ability. Has a bit of range on it, you just keep smacking them all around, racking up damage in the process. And this is Grand Wheelie. Spit out that, get my ability back. The the whip ability can be directionally influenced in all sorts of ways. There I was able to influence it down. You can do it up. What else we got? This adventurous copy ability comes with a cool hat and a whip for long reach, allowing you to pull enemies and items toward you in a snap. All whip attacks grab items, so that's just a general rule. A lot of abilities have properties like that, so it's nice of them to tell you that. We've done all those. We've done that. We have a dash attack. We also have down and up for Whip Tornado. Let's do the dash attack. See what we got. This creates a little whirlwind. Going through the foreground and the background, I see. Oh. Okay, well, that's fine. And we're gonna abandon that right away for the wheel ability. We're just ditching abilities left and right, going through them. So wheel is an ability that I wouldn't really say I like for boss fights, but going through a level, oh god, it's fun. Look at this. You can even turn directions and use the momentum to gain even more speed and go ridiculously fast. Barreling through any level through this thing is amazing. It's very much a one-trick pony, but do you need anything else? It's so much fun. If Beetle's not my favorite ability, or maybe I guess one other ability that I'm thinking of, it's always hard to pick a favorite Kirby ability, you know? Like I said, World War's been broken out over it. You're invincible while doing it. I was able to roll right through that Gordo even if I couldn't defeat him. It's great. Here we're gonna use the fast movement to miss the Warp Star horribly. No, we gotta do this in one continuous motion, otherwise it's no good. Come on. Gotta go through the artistic integrity of barreling through things at Mach speed. Vroom, vroom, vroom! Barely too high for me to grab it. Way to be a killjoy. Get a Sunstone. Now I can evolve into Sunflora. There, you've all been saying it. First episode's not even out yet, and I know you have. Put pedal to the metal and surge ahead with a dash. As long as you got speed, you're invincible, baby. Just watch out for potholes. We have a dash. We can press B to stop. That's a break. We can press B to brake. We can jump, downshift, down while using dash in midair. Rocket start, so hold down and release during dash. Okay. Release down. There we go. Vroom! Let's use that in a much more opportune place. Look at that! Isn't that just the most satisfying thing ever? Tell me that is not the best Kirby ability. Actually, don't, because I don't want you to become a liar. I want you to do good things in your life, and saying that Wheel Kirby is not the most satisfying thing ever, how could you do such a thing? I raised you better than that. Okay, that's just being creepy. Let's go park in the garage that is my life. That's some deep stuff. It's like when life on the road, you always talk about really deep things. Your mind wanders when you're just looking at the hypnotic sight of the road. And we'll keep going. Scarfies, you know what? I will ditch this for a second to show what Scarfies are like! Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, I have to show what it's like if I want that! Yeah! Oh. I killed it. Okay, Scarfies, you don't want to suck them. Not everyone takes kindly to that, contrary to popular belief. You don't want to do that. You do want to knock that tank into that hole so that it doesn't destroy these blocks, so you can go back here, grab the final Sunstone. Like this. Take our energy drink. I'm just doing all the trucker things today. Is that really it? I never thought I'd be so disappointed and not be horrified of a Scarfie, but... Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can. Whenever you suck a Scarfie, they turn into these horrific monstrosities. They start off so cute. They're like the cutest Kirby enemy of all. And then they turn into that. I know that they're not particularly hard to defeat. I know that. But first time that you ever see that, it sticks with you, and it's just... I don't like it. I just want them to be cute and cuddly, and... I guess maybe if I want that, maybe I could get a Scarfie plushie and just, you know, make sure to never suck on it. No one else? Okay. Goal game. I deserved it. I'll get Cloud 1 one of these days and show you what it does. It's actually really worthwhile to try to get Cloud 1 every time. Yeah, Kirby, I know. I have that expression of it too. Animal Kirby, that's a very remote ability. I think Kirby Squeak Squad was the only time that ever appeared. The Starship. Who doesn't love that thing? I think I have a perler of it, actually. Bomber. 25 keychain types and reach Fairweather Collector rank. There's all sorts of ranks that you can get for collecting different keychains. We'll be seeing them all. And that's every keychain and every sunstone at the start of Lollipop Land. We're doing great. I mean, we got Wheel Kirby, so that goes without saying. I didn't even need to make other justifications. Next time on Kirby Triple Deluxe, we go further into Lollipop Land. See you guys then.